Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This is Martina and today I'm going to share with you my latest journal. Stay tuned. Today I'm going to introduce you to Mystery in Dark Lace. What a name. I was so happy when after the recent light colored and romantic journals which I did, I have been asked by a customer to do a kind of a book of shadows journal, and I was really happy because I needed a break from all this very romantic lacy stuff which I love to do, but from time to time it's good to do something different. So it was a massive undertaking. It was a lot of fun and I'm very delighted about the outcome. But see yourself. The lady who asked for this journal, and I really hope she likes it, wanted to have something mysterious with vampires and witches. And she has seen the Book of Shadow journal, which I did, I think, end of last year. And she wanted something like this, but not exactly the same, which I love because it's for me, it's sometimes more fun to do something new. And have a look. You see, the color scheme is red, dark red, black, some gold, and when you look at the spine, it's black velvet. It has an ornament, it has an antique button, and on the back side it's the same pattern like on the front with a pocket, and there will be something inside the pocket. I have not yet done it. And how did I achieve the cover? It's a it's layered from 3 pieces of fabric. It has a bottom fabric, cotton, black cotton. On top of it I layered brocade, and on top of that, because this brocade was very shiny, very gold toned, I layered this lace, which has this wonderful rim trim at the edges. And funny enough, it was exactly the right format so that the lace could peek out on the edges of the book cover. And on purpose, I didn't attach it, or I didn't glue it on the velvet here, because I think it's so nice to see this brocade peeking through. So, but of course, if the lady who has ordered this journal doesn't like it this way, of course I can glue it on, then it would look like this. Okay. Yeah, and then I added 2 layers of lace. I did this ornament here, which is a kind of a frame, and inside I have put the picture of a witch. Which I have altered a little bit with some additional color, and I added some varnish on top so that it does not tear. And of course there are 2 Shambhala pearls, and on the edge of the cover I have done a double layer crochet in black cotton. I added some of the last Swarovski pearls beads, which I still have, in this really wonderful red tone, which so perfectly matches the cover, and also some smaller pearls and some additional lace trim over here. The journal is being closed with some black, I don't know how the fabric is called, black ribbon. So when you open it, you see it's it's full inside as usual. It's heavily decorated. It has laces, it has ruffles. Of course the color scheme is different. It's mainly black, it's a little bit of red and a little bit of green, but you will see. I couldn't help to do some more lace work inside because you might know I'm into laces and I love to work with lace, and yeah, so let's have a look to the first one. On the cover, on the inside cover, on the left hand side, I have added lace envelope, where I've layered several layers of lace, and I've made the envelope expandable. Inside it's packed with some, with some black paper, and it has an ornament, it has a decoration on the back side. You can open it, of course, and inside there is a journaling card, and there is some information about the full moon, because mystery doesn't go without moon. So there are many or several information cards about the moon and how the moon impacts our life, and how you as a witch, if you want to be, can use the moon to your own purpose. When I was working on this journal, I came across a very, very nice saying, which goes like, in a world where there are so many princesses, you'd rather be a witch. Why not? So let's open this here, and there is a belly band, and beneath the belly band there is the picture of a vampire lady, and you can see that because she has these shining eyes. On the back side it's backed with some avocado dyed and crumbled paper. And of course here also I have put some lace on the inside. And of course the inside of the spine is also covered with black lace. So the journal has 5 signatures. It has more than 140 pages back to forth, and it measures in inches 8.7 by 5.9 by 2.8, and in centimeter this translates into 22 times 15 times 7. I have used several papers from various digital kits. Usually I mix and match the papers which I use. So far I've not yet used one kit only, so I always combine, because I think this is part of the fun doing a journal, not to stick with one thing but to combine and mix and match and whatsoever. I've done many different things. You will see there are pockets, there are flip outs, there are you name it. But let's start. Here on the back side I have added a gold trim, and I have sewn around the edges of this cover of the first signature. I started with some vellum from Tim Holtz. It has bird cages, so I thought it's not really mysterious, but it still can go into this journal. And here's the first pocket, and there is a tag from chaos to order. On the back side, another pocket and some cards, the Book of Shadows, and this is the first journaling card, which features a witch. Here you see some eco-dyed paper which I've done, and on the next page, this is from an very old book where I've added gesso, did some stamping, and added this pretty, I love them, pretty bad stamps over here. Next side, again, witches, some old wallpaper from Tim Holtz, some trim, there's a pocket on the side, and it has information about copper and how copper can be used to do some magic work, to work on the body, to work on the mind, to help you. Here's a flip out, and in this flip out, which is turned into a pocket, and this flip out has been done by doing decoupage techniques, so I used a napkin which I added on an envelope, and inside this envelope there is a journaling card which has some poison, which does not have poison, but the journaling card has pictures from poisons poison bottles. This is a more colorful waffle where I use an old sari. On the next page, again pocket with 2 journaling cards. This is the zodiac over here, and this is an embossed envelope where I've also added some gold waxing, and inside there is another witch. Witches and vampires all over. Some stamping. This is a paperclip where I've done some collaging. This is the same picture of the witch who is also on the cover of the journal. And I did some lace, some paper, some trim collaging. And the paperclip holds a piece of paper which I have coffee dyed, where I added some more coloring, and I did some embossing and did some gold waxing on top. What I also wanted to say is I do my journals always from scratch, so I have hardly any material on stock, so everything you see here, or let's say 90% of what you see here, I just did. So and it was so much fun, therefore I did it, otherwise I wouldn't. This is an envelope, and inside the envelope there are some cards with bats. Bats do belong to mystery, I think. So here, that's one of these flip out pockets, and inside there is a bookmark with some medieval images. And I did again use the bat stamps and put it on here. Another witch. And the back side, because it was plain white, I used some spraying. I added some color spray. This is the avocado dyed. This is avocado dyed, and this is eco dyed, and this is the end of the first signature. The second signature starts with the picture of a vampire, and I added some blood. So I used red acrylic paint and did some splittering, dropping, whatever, to give the impression of blood. And here this is a waffle from a curtain. And on the back side there is a pocket from vellum, because usually I do this when I love the pictures and I don't want to cover it up. And the rose is so nice, and therefore I used vellum. And here there's a tag and another tag, and this tag is decoupage and embossing and some varnish on top. Another eco-dyed paper. Some decoration over here as well. So this is a witch, the picture of a witch, and she has some tulle around. And the next page is blood red. This is coffee dyed paper bag, which has been turned into a double pocket, and inside this double pocket there are 2 tags which have been done by decoupaging and adding some acrylic paint. So this paper bag is sewn in the middle, therefore it can hold these. It should, and it could, and it did, and now it doesn't, so I put it back later. Again, the wonderful stamps, again some colored page, some hand-dyed page with some blood. Here is another flip out, and in this flip out there is, as I said before, there is some information about the moon, and now it's about the new moon. And of course it can carry other stuff as well, but I put this inside here, and you can flip it out, and by doing this you see still the wonderful pattern of the eco-dyed paper. This is another flippy out thing. You can open it like this. It has lace on the edges. You can flip it up. Here I did some die cuts, which I added here. You can open it. there is some lace, there is a pocket, and this is a raven. And of course a raven is a mystical animal, and of course it belongs to vampires, witches, all these creatures. A witch is not a creature, a witch is a human. So on the other side there is a card behind this information about a special mineral. Another pocket. This is poppy, I think poppy, and yeah, you know what you do from poppy. You do opium or you do what other things, and therefore it's a magical flower and magical herb, and therefore it's inside here. Another eco-dyed paper. This is avocado dyed. This is avocado dyed as well, and look at the difference. Another pocket with a tag from embossing and decoupaging. Turning this blood red paper, you come to another pocket where I've added some die cuts from Tim Holtz, and inside this pocket there are 2 cards with 2 witches, and here I added a little red flower, red rose. You see the cards, and most of them have been sewn around either zigzag or plain stitches. On the opposite side there is the picture of a lady who has a lace veil, and when you turn it away you see that she turned into a vampire. She has red eyes, and also you see some blood from her mouth dripping. Wow. On the other side there is a little pocket with some card. So this was number 2. Number 3 starts with the picture of a castle, and a mysterious castle, as you can see. And I love this picture because it really gives the impression of mystery and adventure. And of course there is this bed, and you can think this bed flies there. You never know. But let's see what's inside. Here you see lace, and this is double lace, one on this side, one on the other side, sewn around. Another pocket with some trim, another castle, and the raven. Yeah, mystery all over. I did some stamping here. This is the witch dance. Here this is some work which I did with stenciling and gesso, and it gives this nice pattern. Here there's another picture of a witch. Another card with an owl. Also an owl. Owl is also a mysterious and magical animal. Again some paper which I coffee dyed, colored, did some embossing and added some wax to it. And I like because it's always, you never know how the outcome will be, but it's always a nice surprise, and I love the texture, and it looks, I think it looks somehow precious. I don't know why, maybe because of the gold. You never know. So this is another pocket or another flip out, where I have done some embossing on an envelope, and it has been turned into a pocket, and inside this pocket there is a card with spats. And on the back side, another information about moon, the dark moon. This is vellum, which I have coffee dyed to give it this crumbled look and haptic. You can touch it so nicely, and it also makes this sound. And when you turn it, and there are pictures from vampires, vampire ladies, another vampire twins. And a man who also became a vampire. Wow. Oh, I've forgotten to cut this. This still needs to be cut. We'll do this. So this is another tag. And this pocket has been done by adding some lace to the button and has been glued on this page. So this can be flipped out. This is another ornament with some gold waxing. And this is a pocket, and inside this pocket there is another tag. And this tag has the picture of a lady, and I don't know whether she is a witch or a vampire. Well, it's not yet sure. I'm not yet sure about this, but you never know. And there is lace around and there is waffle around. And as I said in my previous videos, I love when the waffles peek out and you can see it like this. So this is a doily, which is just for decoration purposes. Some black paper. This is the other page from the gesso work on this craft paper. This is just some pink paper. And here there's a pocket, and inside this pocket there is another card with a herb. I don't know which. Arnica? Is it arnica? I think it says arnica, and this is another magical herb flower. And on the back side of the third signature there is another picture of a castle, and it's sewn on the page. Yeah, signature number 4 starts with the picture of a vampire lady, easily recognizable when you look at her eyes. And I also did some blood work here by making these drops on the side to give it an even more dangerous look. And I added a red, dark red trim on the edge. The back side of this cover of the signature is also very nice. It features an old and worn wallpaper. Here this page has been modified by adding some color to it, some dye to it, and here there is another decoupage envelope, and inside this envelope there is a tag which carries a collage with a witch and lace and some other fabric. And this is again the bat. Yeah, there I couldn't help it. I had to use my stamps which I was buying for this journal, and I did a little notebook, not notebook, but a little piece of paper. I stamped it on vellum. It features a witch, some gravestones, and a church, I guess, and it's inside here. Blood on this page, dark roses, dark lace, another flip out. You can see this nice paper, and in this flip out there is a picture of 4 ladies, and I'm not sure, but they look as if they are witches, I think. But you judge. Put it back later. Another ruffle, sari silk, fraying, which gives it this nice and worn look. And here there is another witch in a frame, and you can flip this out, and behind this there is a tag with a castle and a red rose, and it says blood. Some dark paper, some hand-dyed paper, another pocket with some, I said it already, blood stains, and 2 journaling cards with lace ornaments and some tulle over here. Stamping on this side, page which you can flip out, and So I did, as you see, I did a lot of decoration, but I did not decorate every page, because I think the lady who gets this journal, if she likes it, I know she does journals herself, and probably, or very likely, she might want to decorate further or change or whatsoever, and therefore I still give her space to do that. There's another pocket on the right hand side featuring a picture of a castle, and it's made into a collage, and this collage carries a journaling card with bats. And here another big picture with bats. Oh, we are already at signature number 5. And those of you who might have seen some of my other videos might know that I like to use wallpaper from time to time. And the cover of the 5th signature is made from wallpaper. And it has this very pretty gold elements on a darker surface. And this perfectly was suited to carry the picture of a witch. And this witch also has some tulle around her head. And she is, of course, further decorated with some lace on the edges of the page. Double lace. This rose lace and a lighter one on the back side. And inside of this cover, of this 5th signature, there's a nice digital paper. Here I did some stamping. I like how this trim peeks out, because, as I said, usually the colors are very, very well in tune with each other. Again, some of this vellum, which I coffee dyed to give it this sound. This is some coffee dyed paper. The picture of a pretty witch, and behind her there is this tag, which I did with embossing and adding some silver acrylic paint to it. There's just a decoration element. This is a medieval witch, can be flipped out. And this is some sari silk ruffle. Here I did some stenciling. This is another witch. This whole signature is featuring witches, another pretty witch. And in this pocket, which is also a lace pocket, and here on this side there is some die cut which I did featuring a black rose. There is a picture of a witch from a digital paper, as well as some information about the moon, using the power of the full moon. And all the moon information do stem from digital papers as well. And again, some of this bad stamping here. Another vampire lady. A grave, yeah. This ruffle. I did another collage and turned it into a pocket, and this collage has a dark rose, and it carries a tag. Coffee dyed paper. So this is the end of the signature, of the last signature. And you can have a look on this wallpaper. It's really nice, and it has this gold and silver and grey ornaments. Yeah, now we come to the inside of the back side, and here I used some sari trim. I turned it into a pocket, used some of the elements from this lace, added it on top. I have here done a little notebook with a medieval witch and some pieces of paper. Sits here, and this is a big tag which is made from lace collaging. Sits here. Here I will put another bigger journaling card inside. And this is Mystery in Dark Lace. This, yeah. Look at it. Isn't it nice? Isn't it gorgeous? So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. It will be available in my Etsy shop, but as I said, it's a custom order, and if the lady likes it, she will get it. But I was really happy to do some darker work after all this light colored work I did, and it was so inspiring. I had so much fun. I love to do the crochet. I love to do all these little bits and pieces, and I couldn't stop, and therefore, as usual, it has an alligator mouth, but I think it's worth it. And if you feel the same, I'd be delighted. If you like my channel, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I hope to see you again soon. All the best. Bye bye, Martina.